ChatGPT does something awesome here. ChatGPT does something amazing. It doesn't play one of these wimpy moves, pawn to h3, g3, f. King's like, yo, I'm the king. What do you mean one of my peasants has to just open up like a little like breathing room for me? I'm gonna throw my own pawn off the balcony and walk to g2 myself. The pawn should get out of my way. I am the king. And it plays, and ChatGPT plays king g2. It's just, I don't care if there's a pawn there, dude, I'm the king. And this is a mode of chess where you can eat your own pieces. King g2, of course, yeah, you can just capture your own pieces. If self-capture was a thing, that would be incredible. It'd be amazing. A game mode where you can capture your own pieces for convenience. King takes g2 appears on the board, and Copilot plays knight e2 again. Now things begin to take a really wild turn here, because ChatGPT responds with rook to e1. I mean, the bots know that they are in an endgame. They clearly know that they only have rook and knight remaining. Knight goes to c3, rook and knight, rook and bishop and some pawns. The knight goes to c3, the rook attacks the knight again, chasing the knight around. The knight can be protected, or you move it somewhere like this. You can keep running around. What you shouldn't do is move the knight to e4. Knight to e4 is a bad move, because it just hangs the knight, and white takes it. Knight e4, bishop takes e4. What's crazy about this position is despite blundering a full knight, ChatGPT is still not winning. It's not winning because black has 6 pawns. It's a lot of pawns. You can't deal with all those pawns. The only way that white wins this is either by checkmating the king or by promoting one of these pawns, and you're obviously not going to promote these pawns through a wall of pawns. So black is actually still doing all right. And black is doing even more all right after the next move. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to show you what was played. Pay attention. Now, if you're wondering where the queen came from, it came from another dimension, you absolute idiot. Don't you know that there are multiple dimensions in a chess game? Copilot just spawns a queen. This is really bad news for white. This is just about the worst news that ChatGPT could have expected to receive. But the conclusion of this game is incredible. ChatGPT plays rook to d3. Now, rook to d3, it thinks it's white's move, so it thinks white is winning. Rook to d3 targets the rook. Of course, if in a regular game black just took here, black literally would never lose. It would not be possible. All the pawns keep... Shh, be quiet. But in trying to use its new queen, Copilot played queen c6. Now, queen c6 is a very bad move. It's a very bad move because you take the rook and it's made on the next move because black never got an escape score for the king. Now, black could eat the pawns, remember. That's still a strategy. That strategy is completely in play. Let's just see if Copilot chooses to utilize it. But ChatGPT didn't spot the rooks and took the queen. And I was like, no. No. But then, something nobody could have seen coming happens. Copilot activates the secret power of its rook. And for this turn, and this turn only, it is able to move the rook like a knight. It plays rook takes c6. And I thought, this is it. This is the final moment. Will ChatGPT realize, with its one remaining rook, it can go to d8? And it did. It had no pieces left, but it spotted rook to d8, check. And it said rook to d8 check. And I wrote it to Copilot. And Copilot was like, yeah, that part. Because it talks like a Gen Z. Or is that a Gen Alpha thing? And then they both realized it's checkmate.